Good morning, it's Wednesday the 22nd of February 2012. Well, here I am, back from the dead, boys and girls. Chris Reardon's United Kingdom talk, a little bit of a chit-chat. Lots of emails. The emails have been building up. Where have I been? Have I been on holiday to some wonderful, wonderful place? Have I? Have I been having a break in one of my many mansions? Anything like that? No, I have had flu. Now, don't, please. I know what some of you are like. Don't say, oh, he's had a bit of a cold. No, I have had flu. I have had H1N1, apparently. Oh, it was horrendous. I've been 10 days unable to do anything. And I know exactly where it came from as well. Not last Friday, the Friday before. I was working at the place in Ealing at West 5 where I do some DJing on Friday nights, and there was a cabaret artist on, and I'm gonna have to name her. Mrs. Moore, drag artiste Mrs. Moore. So, around about 11 o'clock, I walked into the dressing room. I said, "Hello, John, how are you?" And he says, "Oh, I've been terrible. The last 3 days, I've been on the settee, unable to move. I don't know what it was. Cough, cough, sneeze, sneeze. No bloody tissue, dear. No tissue, no hanky. Oh, trash," as she's telling me like that. And I thought, oh my God, you know, we don't need this. Some of us have weak immune systems, dear. For Christ's sake. Anyway, so that carried on. I left the dressing room, got on with my DJing, put the act on the stage, worked the sound and lights. That was it, and end of story. So Saturday, that would have been about 11 o'clock at night, okay? So Saturday, remember, I'm not last Saturday, the Saturday before. I got up as usual, around about 9 o'clock, and I thought, rather unusual for the weekend, I thought I'll go swimming today. I never go swimming at the weekend, all right? So gone down to the swimming pool, done my. Oh, I shouldn't really tell you this, but I don't think I was supposed to be in there. But because my membership of the swimming pool is off peak, which is certainly during the weeks. It's between 9 a.m. or 9:30 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. And during the weekend, but it's not the same during the weekend. I think it's later. Anyway, so I got there about 10 o'clock. I don't tell anyone this. And as I tried to go through the barrier, my card wouldn't work. I thought, oh, dear. I thought, I know what this is. It's because you haven't paid for the full membership, dear. And I swiped it a few times and the girl looked up. At that moment, a man with a parcel arrived. And he says to the girl, "Can I take this through?" "Yeah, of course you can." So she pushed the button and the other gate opened. So I quickly went round the side and through the other gate. I'm so naughty. I am very, very naughty boy. I mean, I suppose that could be classed as stealing, could it? Have I stolen some time from the local gym, the local swimming pool that I go to? Anyway, so I went in and had my swim, okay? Nothing wrong as far as I was concerned. No headache, no sore throat, no runny nose, no cough, nothing. All right, so done that, finished that, got out, had a shower, had a shave, and I was due to work that night. This was, of course, the night. Right? This was the night that I was doing that club that I was very, very nervous about. Do you remember me telling you this? Okay, so that's on the cards. Now, the manager of this club already knows that I'm very, very wary of doing this now. Don't really want to do it. Okay? Very nervous. Do not think I'm suitable for that sort of night, which was a little bit more housey than I'm used to. The music was a bit more housey. Excuse me, let me have a little sip of tea. So, you know, that's already in his mind, the fact that I don't really want to do it, okay? Now, jumped on my bike and I'm cycling home and I thought, oh, I'm a bit lacking in power. You know when you're like, say, running at 100%, I thought I'm a bit lacking in power, I'm only about 65%. And that's all that was wrong, really. So, got back home, had something to eat, and went in the living room, sat on the settee to watch a little bit of television while I'm having something to eat. Then the cat comes in and sits on my lap. And I suddenly went whoosh. And I thought, oh, God, what is that? And my head started aching. Not a headache, you know, just one of those, like, feet where you go, oh, like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, my head started feeling a bit funny. And I thought, oh, no, don't say I'm coming down with something. I came back upstairs to sort out some music for that night. And I started feeling worse and worse very quickly. Anyway, so got to about 4 o'clock and I thought, you know, I really don't want to do that job tonight. And I thought in my mind that it was something to do with not wanting to do the job. You know, sometimes if there's something going on and you're like, you might get a bit of a stomach upset or something like that. So I thought, well, I can't ring him because he already knows I don't really want to do this. You see what I'm saying? So to ring now and say, look, I'm really not well, he's never going to believe you, is he? I'm one of those people, I'm afraid. Where's my light gone? And I just noticed I'm a bit dark round there, just a minute. Oh, yeah. Is that better? There we are, bright again, bright and cheery. And I thought, I can't ring him, you know, because unless I'm absolutely at death's door, because he's going to think I'm mucking around. And I already worked for him on another night of the week, and I thought, well, you're just going to have to do it. Rang up my best friend, Ron, and told him that I really wasn't very well, and he says, oh, I'll come down with you. So that was it. I went to bed. I got up again at about 8 o'clock that night. I felt dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. I did not want to leave the house. I am not someone that will cancel a night through sickness unless I'm absolutely very, very, very ill. And that was the case. But I thought, well, you've got to go in. You know, you have to go in now. Even if you go in and you collapse at work, which is ridiculous, really, when you think about it. It's ridiculous. I've always been of that opinion. If you go into work and collapse at work, then that's okay, because then they can see with their own suspicious minds that you are actually not quite well. You know. So went to work, jumped in the car, got to work, and did the night. And as it turned out, it was a very, very good night. I was completely wrong. I was able to play the sort of music that they wanted. It was a good night, and I was wrong. You know, and sometimes you have to be pushed into something that you don't believe in. I've got to share something with you here. I have never believed in anything really that I do, that I can actually do. And that's the truth. I think way back in the 80s, when I was a soul DJ, I thought I was really good at that, and I would go to work thinking to myself, you're going to be good at this tonight. The last 20 or so years when I've been doing my DJing jobs, I've never thought I am particularly good at doing it. And that's the truth. And I'm not asking you to write in there, oh, you are good and all that business. I don't want all that. I really have a very low opinion of what I do. It's funny, isn't it? You know? And when it comes to new things like that, I get very, very nervous. I'm like, oh, God, I'm not sure about this, you know. Oh, I don't want to do that. And I have backed out of jobs before. Not, incidentally, not with hours to go. You know, I have turned down jobs before because I just think I can't do them. I have such low self-esteem, it's unbelievable. Isn't it funny? Anyway, as the night progressed, I felt worse and worse. But fortunately, in this particular club, it's quite dark, my like DJ corner, and I managed to get a stool round there, and I literally sat on the stool for more than half the night. But we had a very, very good night there. People kept coming up and telling me what a wonderful night they'd had. So I kind of went fairly pleased. And end of the night came, the lights went up, and I quietly, someone came over and paid me my wages. And I quietly left out the back door and straight into the car on home and straight into bed. So that would be now very early Sunday morning. Got home, I suppose, about 5 o'clock in the morning. Went straight to bed, and then the next day Sunday, I just completely wiped out. Completely wiped out. And this was a shame itself, because the Sunday was the last day of the quiz night in Hammersmith. That's now been cancelled, unfortunately. One of those things. Oh, I can't believe it. Just a minute now. My friend is just trying to do a sublimin message in. Just a second. Let me just send a little message there. My friend's on holiday at the moment, and he's trying to do a FaceTime on the mobile phone thing. So I'll just tell him I'll be back later. Yeah, so it was the last day of the quiz night Sunday, and I thought I really, really want to do this. And as the day went on, I felt worse and worse and worse. And in the end, I sent the boss a text message. I'm very, very sorry, I'm not well. And he didn't reply to that. So I then rang up the person who was in charge of the bar that night and said, look, I'm very sorry, I can't do this tonight. I'm really sick. So that was it. Monday carried on like that. I had to get someone to do my karaoke on the Monday. The Tuesday was the first proper night of my new quiz in Rotherhithe. And once again, I was so sick. And as luck would have it, you know, you really don't want to be ringing your new boss or what, the new boss of one of your nights on the same day that you're supposed to start and tell him, look, I'm very sorry, I'm sick. You know, because he doesn't know your past. He wouldn't know that you are someone that will turn up through hell or high water unless there's something very, very wrong. And but I had no choice, and I had to ring him and tell him, and you know, I don't know what he thought, or whether he thought I was mucking around or anything like that. But there's nothing I could do, absolutely nothing I could do. So that was Tuesday. Wednesday, again, I got someone to fill in my karaoke night. Thursday, got someone to fill in my DJ night, and Friday, and Saturday. The Saturday just gone. And there was another one. That was another brand new night that something could have come off. And once again, I just couldn't do it. I could not. I could barely move from the settee. And that's the truth of it. I was waking up at night, sweating like anything. Oh, isn't it the most vile thing, right, when you wake up in the middle of the night and you are soaking wet through sweat? Isn't that the most vile thing? There's nothing you can do. You have to either get up and change the sheets, or do like I did. I went to the bathroom, I got a dry towel, put that underneath me, turned the duvet over, and went back to sleep. And that carried on for a few nights, the sweats. In the end, I went to the hospital, and they did a test, and they had this cotton wool bud thing, which they shoved right the way up my nose. It was one of the most unpleasant experiences ever. And also a cotton wool bud at the back of my throat. And a couple of days later, they rang up and they said, you've got influenza H1N1, whatever that is. So some sort of flu. Which is annoying because, of course, I have the flu injection every year. You know, but the way the flu injection works is that they try and guess which will be the prevalent types of flu around that year. So clearly the one I got wasn't in that little cocktail of whatever it is they shove in your arm. Unfortunately, so my sister comes down, comes on the phone, all blazing. There you are. I told, because she won't have flu injections. She won't have anything like that. And I'm always telling her to get it. And of course, you know, it made her look right. There you are. See, I told you. Why'd you bother with all that flu? See, it doesn't work. Doesn't work. You got the flu. It doesn't work. And I thought, oh, I don't want to hear this. You know. Lovely people, and so it carried on. So that was Saturday. Sunday morning, I felt better. When I say better, on a scale of 1 to 100, on Saturday I was 10. On Sunday I was 35. And then come Monday morning I was at 65%, and I thought I'll go to work tonight. And here we are now. So I've now been to work Monday, and of course the quiz night Tuesday, which I haven't done yet because it's Wednesday for you, but I'm recording this show on a Tuesday afternoon. So 100 times better now. But what an awful experience! What an absolutely dreadful experience. And you know what, ladies? Sometimes men do not have man flu, they have proper flu. And that's what I've had, and I'm grateful that I've got over it. Not too much of a cough, no chest infection really, just the most hideous flu ever. Awful. Anyway, here we are, and we're all right now. And can I just thank all the people that sent little Facebook messages and private emails and things like that. It's very, very kind of you. And I really appreciate it. The only thing is with telling certain people who mean so well by saying these things, you start telling them and then they start giving you all these bits of advice, don't they? Oh, you need to take this, or you need to do that, and you think, I don't want to hear all this from everyone all the time. I also the same thing. Near enough, always slightly different versions. Got to have honey, got to have lemon, what are you taking for it? And then you go back to work and then it's, oh, you shouldn't be going back to work. Oh, why are you rushing back to work and all this? Because it's my life. I love it. I love playing records and getting people to dance, or hosting quiz nights, or hosting karaoke nights, or doing bingo. I love it. It's what I do. I can't describe how unhappy I am sitting at home of a night time. I just can't do it. Even with people around. A couple of people around, even my best friend Ron, I've sat round his house a couple of times at night, perhaps on a night off or something like that. And eventually I just get itchy feet and I have to make an excuse and go. I just can't do it. I need to be at work. I love being at home during the daytime. I love it. Lots to do. I've got you to talk to, get on with my music stuff, my paperwork, in the garden, out on the bike, swimming. I'm not back swimming yet. I'm going to leave that, I think, probably until next week. But I have been out on my bike since. I cycled all the way to town and back with no problem at all. So all that's wrong at the moment is that I still don't feel like I'm quite with it. And I'm still a little bit sweaty. But indeed, last night was the first night I slept and didn't wake up. It was soaking wet. It's horrible. Has that happened to you? Have you ever woke up soaking wet in bed, due to sweat? Isn't it awful? Anyway, so that's my news. And here we are back in the land of the living. Or at least I am. Well, which is the same, unfortunately, that we can't be said about the lovely Whitney Houston. What a sad, sad thing that is, who died recently. The week before last, wasn't it now? Time goes so quickly, doesn't it? I was actually DJing at that place that I was telling you about on that Saturday night, and the news came through on my mobile phone. And it's one of those clubs where you would not expect the DJ to use the microphone. But I did, and I told people, and immediately played a Whitney Houston track. I think we played a $1 Million Bill. I played $1 Million Bill, and everyone was dancing, and you saw them all out with their mobile phones, checking that I wasn't, lying. I mean, why would you lie about something like that? And such a sad thing. At this moment in time, we don't know exactly what the cause of it was. I think I know probably what it was, and I think you know probably what it was. And if it was, how sad is that? How sad if it was another life taken away by drugs. A woman that had so much, the voice, the looks, everything. Everything you could possibly want. Killed by drugs. And it's just so, so sad. I watched the funeral on the telly, almost 3 hours worth, wasn't it? What a wonderful funeral. What a real feeling of togetherness at that funeral. I've been to funerals before and you don't quite... do you know what I mean? It's not quite like that, but it really was. And that everyone's singing, and I think there was a particular song by R. Kelly, I Look to You, which he sang. Was it him that sang it? Wonderful voice. And also Cece Winans. I heard her singing Don't Cry For Me. Beautiful, beautiful singing. You know what? When you see a lot of people like that, all together, celebrating someone's funeral, whatever their beliefs. They should be respected. Towards the end of the service, I was on Facebook as well. You know how you are on your mobile phones on Facebook. I'm always on there checking to see if the sad old git I am. I'm checking to see if someone might possibly have sent me another message. And someone was on there and said, basically, I'm clicking off now. I don't even know if I've still got the message. No intention of telling you who it was. It might have gone now, actually. I was just so incensed by this person. It looks like it might have gone. Perhaps it's on the deleted. Is it in the deleted? No, it's gone. Oh, is it gone? It's gone. Yeah, it's gone. And someone on the Facebook said, I'm clicking off from the Whitney funeral now. I'm sick to death of hearing Jesus this and Jesus that and God this and God that. Come on, you lot. You can pray as much as you like to him. He's not going to bring her back. And I thought, what a vile, nasty comment. All these people, you have just slagged off everyone that is at that funeral. And whether you believe in something or not, whether you are a Christian or an atheist, or a Buddhist, or a Muslim, or a Jew, whatever you are, I do believe that people's religions should be respected, whatever they are. And to go on Facebook like that and say that about those people who were there at someone's funeral, someone who had died, is just beyond me. And I went on and I made a comment. I said, that is vile. You should respect other people's religions or beliefs. I use the word beliefs. You should respect other people's beliefs. And the message came back, get real. At which point I lost the plot, swore on there, told him to get off my Facebook, and he was blocked. And that was that. And indeed, that's exactly what I did. I don't need those sort of people on my Facebook that are vile to other people's beliefs. I've said to you before, I find myself in a little bit of a situation, really, in that I often find my Christian friends, shall we say, or Christians that I know, having a go and slagging off gay people, right? I then find gay people slagging off Catholics. Well, I and many others are both gay and Catholic. Slap bang in the middle. And I do get quite offended by either of those sides telling me that because I'm a Christian or a Catholic, I should not be gay. And I get gay people saying, because you're gay, you can't be Catholic. I am both. I am both. And if you don't like it, delete me. It's as simple as that. But for God's sake, respect other people's beliefs, whatever their beliefs. I went out with a Muslim lad years and years ago, and, you know, at certain points of the day, he'd say, do you mind if I borrow the living room? That's fine. And he used to go in the living room on his own, put his mat down and do his praying. That's fine. There's no problem with that at all. Respect other people's beliefs. I just think it's so vile to go on there at someone's funeral and slate an entire congregation off like that. That is wrong. And there are some times where you need to keep your thoughts to yourself. You know what I mean? There's too much of this mouth opening all the time, upsetting huge amounts of people. Someone else who upset me this week in the Daily Mail was a guy called Peter Tatchell, gay rights activists. And he writes in the Daily Mail, quote, I met Whitney and her female partner at the Reach Out and Touch HIV vigil in London in 1991. Whitney spoke movingly, and that goes on. But she says, he goes on to say, when I met them, it was obviously they were madly in love. Their intimacy and affection was so sweet and romantic. They held hands in the back of the car like teenage sweethearts. Why do we need to know all this now that the lady is dead? You know, some people don't want everyone to know their private life. So why has this man come out and said what a lot of people knew anyway, but people didn't want to talk about it? If she wanted to keep that secret and take it to the grave, surely that's up to her and not for anyone else to open their big fat mouth and tell us all about it. Other people would say that we already know all about it. But I just think that it's so wrong. So wrong. Don't you? To come on the paper like that, and the Daily Mail, you know, the Daily Mail. I actually quite like the Daily Mail. A lot of people don't. A lot of people don't like the Daily Mail. I do. It just seems to me that when someone dies now, you know, all the doors are open and they all start pouring out of the woodworks and making their little comments. The woman is dead. Let her rest in peace. All right, let's do a couple of emails. Long show today. I'm firing on all cylinders. I wasn't last week, let me tell you. We've got a new viewer. Hi, Chris. I'm writing this to say hello from two new viewers. Oh, thank God for that. We're desperate, to be honest. More and more are required. My wife is from South Ruislip. I know where that is. I'm from New York. We were married in South Harrow, Middlesex, which actually isn't too far from me. I'm in Bracknell in Berkshire. They married just over 51 years ago, 1960. Wow, that's longer ago than when I was born. I was born in 63. We watch you over my Wi-Fi on our TV. She enjoys hearing. I hope it's not. Is it a large TV? That must be very scary, having a great big fat head like mine on there. She enjoys hearing about goings on around the UK and a lot of words you use that she has heard, that she had heard and used while growing up. I would appreciate it if you could just say hello to her. Her name is Chris also. Hello, Chris. I'm Larry. Thanks. So welcome along to Chris and Larry. Brand new viewers over there in the US of A. And you're very, very welcome. Can you get some more, please? We are desperate for more people to watch. And finally today, hello to Ian Duff, who says, hello, Chris. I was looking at your Friday the 10th podcast. Now I'm wondering what's happening with your beautiful Toyota car. I cannot imagine that it's a huge problem. Why is it taking so long for them to fix it? Thanks for all your great shows. From Ian. Yes, Ian. Ian, whenever there's shows missing out, you quickly fire off emails and Facebook messages. I do actually get them, and I reply to them, and then you don't reply. Do you actually get my replies? Are you replying? Right. Well, of course, you won't have heard about what's been going on with the car because I've been sick and unable to do anything. Yes, the car went into the garage on Thursday, the 10th of February. And get this, they still have it. There is a diesel leak, neat diesel leak somewhere. And quite frankly, I think they're having trouble finding it. So I've got no more news on that, I'm afraid. I hope it's not going to be an expensive job. Meantime, I have a Toyota Yaris that they have given me, which is a much larger car. And it's more comfortable. I like it. I really like it, actually. The next car, I think, will probably be a Yaris. And so that's what I was going to say. I haven't been driving around it at all. It's been in the garage because I've been too sick to drive. But yes, that's what they've given me at the moment, and they're still looking at the car. I've heard nothing now for over a week. You know, you don't really want to ring them. Because the last thing I want to do is say, well, we're going to have the other car back now or something like that. So I don't want to ring them. So I'm really just waiting for the phone to ring, and that's it, Ian. So no more news, I'm afraid, at the moment, sir. But don't worry, I shall let you know as soon as I have someone, okay? If you've got any comments at all, as always, my email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. As always, you don't have to agree with things I've said, or you can if you want to. Anything at all that you want to write through, do let us know. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. I have got quite a few emails here now waiting to be read out because they've kind of been building up, all right? So I'll get through those as quickly as I want. Thanks so much, quickly as I can, rather. Thanks so much for watching and listening. I'll see you on the next show. Bye-bye.